Hi, fellow Django developers. Hezekiah here from Always Django, where we discuss interesting Django topics that help you grow, improve as a Django developer. If that sounds interesting, like, subscribe, share this video with anyone if you find this video important. Let's get into it. So, in this video, we'll be introducing Django Rest Framework. What is Django Rest Framework, right? So, this will be the first video in our Django Rest Framework Absolute Beginner tutorial, right, where we are discussing everything about Django Rest Framework, API view, generic views, permissions, filters, etc, right, and even documentation, right? So what is the Django Rest AP? What is the Django Rest Framework, right? So Django Rest Framework is just a simple framework in Django that you can use to build APIs, right? If you know about APIs, APIs are application programmable interfaces, right? So you can use Django Rest Framework to develop APIs. So Django normally is a framework that you use for web development, right? But Rest Framework is web development. Like if you're using Django, you are possibly, for your views, you return HTTP response, right? HTTP response can be maybe a template response, a file response, or a JSON response, right? But why we use Django Rest Framework is the ability it gives us to serialize models, right? We'll look at that in the tutorials in next videos, couple of videos from now. So it gives you the ability to serialize your Django model and be able to return them as responses, right? So that's the most important thing about that's the basic information you need to know about Django Rest Framework, right? So in the next tutorial, we'll be looking at how to set it up, how to get up and running. Obviously, prerequisites for Django Rest Framework, you have to have Python, obviously, Django, at least the basic knowledge of Django. You have to know about Django views, Django URLs, Django models, etc, Django templates, etc, right? And we have an absolute beginner playlist, Django playlist, right? From what is Django to deployment of Django, right? I'll leave a link to it. I'll leave a link to the playlist in the description. It should also be popping up on your screen if you're watching on YouTube, right? So following the playlist, right? So I just created a repository here, Django Rest Framework Beginner YouTube playlist, right? That's the name of the repository. I'll leave a link to it in the description. So this repository will be the repository where I'll be pushing our codes, our source codes for the tutorials, right? So all our source codes for the tutorials, I'll be creating branches for different topics, right? So if you come to this repository, you can get your source code, the source code for different topics in different branches, right? So that's it for this tutorial. In the next one, this is a real quick tutorial, just introduce Django Rest Framework, right? So if you don't understand if you didn't understand really what I just said, right, it will get clearer, right, as we are going. But the basic thing you need to know is that Django Rest Framework is just a framework we use in Django to build APIs, right? So that's it for me today, guys. We'll be setting up our project in the next tutorial. We'll be looking at that. So that's it for me today, guys. Have a nice day. Take care of yourself. Peace.